Good day! This is just a wrap-up video to make sure that I've shown off all the important parts of the game by the time the LP ends. It's quite hard to end on a strong note considering the monumental slog that was the last video, but I'll try my best. I'm at Breakthrough and fully filled up this time. I'm also hovering over Olace, but it's not meant for her this time around. Making sure to look my best, I've got this long mantle of azure across the width of my body, and a belt. Gold in the centre, a crisscross of emerald and silver, an understated crimson navel, and a wavy pattern of violet and amber across my legs. I've gone on at some length about what the Aedic could mean, the time at which we entered it, the fact that it is a horizontal mine shaft, and the fact that it's an offshoot of Sister Death's chamber. That's not too important now. What is of note is that, supposedly, during Breakthrough we burn ourselves out completely. It's a rite of devotio, it's supposed to kill us, so to go through with it and then try and survive by ourselves on the surface would require some amazing fortitude. You've seen how we've fared so far. Do you think we're strong enough? The void is stretched out beneath us. There's a constant otherworldly echo. Looking up, we just see the top of the Aedit. A beacon, a portal, with streams of colour showing the flow of life out of this limit. And here we float, ready to put ourselves above all others and ascend. We can't see the sisters. The void is just a surreal web of nodes, ultimately meaningless. I'll use Emerald to draw the glyph. We're going to need as much protection as possible to survive against the odds. Once again, the void contorts and spills out the rest of its colour. This is a much easier ending to get than ascending one of the sisters, but the ending plays out pretty much the same. It's no less satisfying. Visually, I mean, there's plenty of satisfaction to be had in helping others. I don't have long, so I'm going to summarise this quickly. The original concept of Lympha was a substance that appears to exist in all the objects around us, but in reality was what we gained when we saw those objects. Be it creative drive and inspiration or any other allegory you want to apply. Colour doesn't have a will of its own, it's entirely down to how we see it, interpret it and use it. That's why refusing to absorb it is the worst thing you can do. You're denying yourself your own capacity to affect the world around you. And that's where the entire purpose of this game is realised. We as a player are supposed to take from it the inspiration, the self-confidence to go out and do something after completing it. I've inadvertently alluded to this several times, but I never interpreted it properly. So few games speak to the player directly, and yet it still had the desired effect. I've tried so many things since playing this game. All I can hope is that some of you watching, if you've taken on the role of the sleeper yourselves, have also been awakened.
Above the rippling surface waves has grown a solemn rocky highland built of bricks, with chasms black and floods of crimson rocks, and boundaries woeful of the land unknown. I see the dreams so marvelously sad, the creeks of land so solid and encrusted, where wave and tide upon shores are busted, while singing by the mournful twilight's bed. And canvas in the dark plies a quiet course, trembling with an ancient, mystic force, the force of wind and raspy, breathless ripple. In ways of constant dare and righteous struggle, my boat is led along by shearing tumult, and skies are lit with starry, shining sparkle.